In the quiet town of Eldoria, history is written in blood. Two families bound by rivalry have guarded their secrets for generations. But when destiny brings their heirs together, everything changes. Can a forbidden love rewrite a tale steeped in conflict? Arya, the fierce daughter of the Montrose family, dreams of a life beyond her lineage. Her heart beats for the unknown, and as she wanders through the ancient woods, she uncovers long-buried secrets. Her destiny awaits in the shadows. Meanwhile, Cassian, heir to the rival Valor family, grapples with the weight of his legacy. The burden of centuries-old feuds weighs heavily on his heart. But when he spots a figure in the woods, hope flickers in his chest. Their eyes meet across the glade, an electric spark igniting the air between them. In that moment, time stands still. They are drawn together against all odds, a dance of fate intertwining their paths. Yet, the world around them is fraught with danger. Whispers of betrayal swirl like a storm. Both families would do anything to protect their bloodlines, and their love is a threat neither can ignore. As they meet in secret under the moonlight, they share their fears and dreams. Arya's heart races as Cassian reveals the truth about their family's history, mired in misunderstandings and ancient grudges. A plan begins to form, a desire to reveal the truth and unite their families. But how can love flourish in a world so steeped in hatred? They must tread carefully, for the path ahead is riddled with peril. With each secret meeting, their bond deepens. They share laughter, dreams of a future together, and the weight of their respective legacies. Yet, in the back of their minds, fear lingers, fear of discovery. One fateful evening, they overhear a plot to tear them apart. Cassian's brother seeks to eliminate Arya, fearing her influence over him. The stakes have never been higher. Love and loyalty collide. Arya, sensing the danger, confronts Cassian. Torn between love and family, he vows to protect her, but knows the cost could be dire. Their emotions clash as the weight of their choices bears down upon them. Determined to break free from the chains of their bloodlines, they decide to gather evidence of the misunderstandings that fueled the feud. Every step forward is fraught with danger, but love drives them. As they delve deeper into their family's past, they uncover a shocking truth. Their ancestors were once allies, united against a common enemy. The weight of history begins to shift, revealing pathways of reconciliation. With newfound hope, they devise a plan to confront their families. The idea of unity stirs excitement and fear in their hearts. Can a love born in secrecy spark a transformation? Their families gather for a tense meeting. Arya and Cassian stand united, ready to unveil the truth. The air is thick with anticipation, and the weight of their bloodlines looms over them. As they reveal the connection between their families, gasps fill the room. The silence is deafening, and the ground beneath them trembles with the power of their revelation. Can this spark change? But not everyone is ready to accept the truth. Cassian's brother, furious, disrupts the meeting, vowing to protect their family's honor at any cost. Tensions ignite like wildfire, threatening to consume them all. In the chaos, Arya and Cassian remain steadfast, their eyes locked. They know they must stand strong against the storm of familial loyalty. Their love becomes the shield they never knew they needed. As the argument escalates, Arya speaks from her heart, urging her family to remember the legacy of love and unity. Her voice carries through the noise, a beacon of hope for those willing to listen. Her words resonate with some, igniting a spark of change. A few family members exchange glances, reconsidering their stance. The seeds of reconciliation begin to take root within the hearts of the gathered. Cassian, emboldened by Arya's strength, steps forward. He reveals the evidence they uncovered, showcasing the shared history of their bloodlines. The room falls silent once more, the truth heavy in the air. The gathered families begin to murmur, the tension palpable. Arya and Cassian stand shoulder to shoulder, their resolve unwavering. Can love truly conquer the legacy of hatred? Suddenly, Cassian's brother attempts to disrupt the moment, but the crowd turns against him. The tide is shifting, and the power of love begins to dissolve centuries of animosity. Arya and Cassian exchange a glance filled with hope. They know they are on the brink of something monumental. Together, they inspire unity, and the spirit of reconciliation fills the air. As more family members begin to support their cause, the energy in the room shifts dramatically. Old grudges begin to fade, replaced by the promise of a brighter future together. In a climactic moment, Arya and Cassian declare their love openly, a declaration that echoes through the hall. Their union serves as a powerful symbol of what can be achieved when love is embraced. As cheers and applause erupt, the tension finally breaks. The families begin to heal, united by the courage of two young lovers who dared to confront history head-on. With the weight of centuries lifted, Arya and Cassian look into each other's eyes, knowing their love has rewritten their story. They have forged a new legacy, one built on understanding and unity. As they walk hand in hand through the town, the air is filled with hope and possibility. Their love not only transformed their lives, but also the lives of everyone around them. Time passes, and the families come together to celebrate their newfound harmony. Festivals bloom in place of feuds, signifying the dawn of a new era of love and acceptance. Years later, Arya and Cassian sit together, reflecting on their journey. They understand that love required courage and sacrifice, but it has reshaped their destinies. Their children, products of their love, embody a new legacy. No longer defined by bloodlines, they are united by the strength of their parents' love, a testament to the power of forgiveness. And as the sun sets once more, casting golden hues over the town, the legacy of Arya and Cassian lives on. Their story becomes a beacon of hope for future generations, a reminder that love can conquer all. As we close this chapter, remember that the heart has the power to rewrite even the most ancient tales. Love can challenge history and create a legacy of its own, one filled with understanding and hope. Will your story be one of courage? If you enjoyed this tale of forbidden love and destiny, please like, share, and subscribe for more enchanting stories. Remember, love knows no boundaries, and every heart has a story waiting to be told. As twilight cloaked the village, Ilara treads softly through the ancient forest, her heart pounding with trepidation. The whispers of her ancestors echoed in her mind, warning her of the dangers that lurked within these enchanted woods. Yet, guided by an unseen force, she pressed forward, determined to uncover the truth behind her family's legacy. In the depths of the forest, secrets awaited her, shrouded in mystery and desire. Meanwhile, in the heart of the kingdom, Calum stood atop the castle walls, the weight of his noble lineage pressing heavily on his shoulders. His heart ached for Alara, the girl who defied all boundaries and stirred emotions he thought long buried. Gazing into the horizon, he pondered the choices that lay ahead. Would he forsake his title for a chance at true love? In a hidden chamber beneath the castle, a mysterious artifact awaited discovery. A relic from a time when love and power were intertwined. Ilara had learned of its existence through whispers of the past, a talisman said to hold the key to breaking the chains of forbidden love. With each step closer to the artifact, her heart raced in anticipation of what she might unearth. Ilara's fingers brushed against the relic, sending a jolt of energy through her. The air shimmered with possibilities as visions of her ancestors flashed before her eyes, revealing tales of love thwarted by duty and secrets that had altered the course of history. Would the truth empower her to forge her own path, or would it bind her to a fate she could not escape? Back at the castle, whispers of Alara's bold venture reached Calum's ears, igniting a fire within him. He could no longer stand idle while fate toyed with their hearts. With a fierce determination, he resolved to seek Ilara, knowing that their destinies were intertwined. Love demanded action, and he would not let fear dictate their future any longer. As Elara deciphered the secrets of the relic, she uncovered a prophecy that spoke of a bloodline destined to unite the realms. This revelation filled her with hope, yet dread lingered in her heart. Would they have the strength to defy their destinies? The weight of their love and the expectations of their families loomed large, threatening to tear them apart. Driven by desperation, Caleb ventured into the forest, guided by the whispers of his heart. He knew that finding Elara was essential, not just for their love, but for the fate of their kingdoms. The path was fraught with danger, yet he pressed forward, each step echoing with the promise of a new beginning. As Elara completed the incantation, the relic pulsed with energy, revealing a vision of a great battle that threatened to engulf their world. The love she shared with Caleb was not just a personal journey, it was the key to peace between their warring families. The stakes were higher than ever, and she realized that their love could rewrite not just their story, but the fate of their people. Caught between loyalty and love, Elara faced an agonizing choice. The deeper she delved into her family's secrets, the more she understood the sacrifices required to break free from the shackles of tradition. Would she confront her lineage, risking everything for a chance at happiness? Or would she retreat into the safety of expectation? In the depths of the forest, Caleb finally found Elara. Their eyes locked, and time seemed to stand still as the world faded around them. The weight of their shared history and the burden of their families pressed down upon them, yet in that moment, love ignited a spark of hope. Together, they could challenge their destinies, but would they have the courage to do so? Elara shared her newfound knowledge of the prophecy and the impending battle. Caleb listened intently, his heart racing with every revelation. They both understood the risks, but their love was a force that could challenge even the strongest of barriers. They made a pact to fight together, to rewrite the course of their family's histories, standing united against the darkness that threatened to tear them apart. As night descended, the forest came alive with the sounds of unseen creatures, a reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Elara and Caleb, hand in hand, prepared to face their greatest challenge yet. With the relic's power and their love to guide them, they ventured into the unknown, ready to confront the forces that sought to keep them apart. The journey through the forest was fraught with trials, each step revealing more about their own strengths and vulnerabilities. As they faced enchanted beasts and illusions crafted from their deepest fears, their bond deepened. Together, they discovered that the true power of their love lay not only in passion, but also in trust and understanding. Emerging from the enchanted woods, Elara and Caleb found themselves at the edge of a great battlefield. The armies of their families stood poised for war, tension hanging thick in the air. The couple exchanged a determined glance. This was their moment. They stepped forward, ready to challenge the fate that had been laid out before them. With each step towards the armies, Elara and Caleb felt the weight of their love pushing against the boundaries of tradition. They raised their hands, calling for peace. Their voices melded together in a plea that echoed across the battlefield. Would their love be strong enough to unify the divided factions? Or would it fall to the retaliation of centuries-old enmity? The armies paused, captivated by the sight of two lovers standing before them, defying the hatred that had long divided their families. Amidst the chaos, whispers began to ripple through the ranks as soldiers exchanged glances, questioning the path laid before them. Was it time to break the cycle of bloodshed and embrace the power of love? Elara and Caleb stepped closer to the front lines, love radiating from them like a beacon of hope. They recounted the tales of their ancestors, stories of love that had been overshadowed by bitterness, urging the soldiers to remember the humanity that bound them all. With every word, the tension began to melt, replaced by a longing for understanding. As their words echoed among the soldiers, a brave warrior from Caleb's side stepped forward. Inspired by the couple's courage, he shared his own tale of love, lost to the ravages of war, igniting a spark of empathy within the hearts of those who had prepared for battle. One by one, soldiers began to lower their weapons, the atmosphere shifting from hostility to solidarity. The moment of unity was fragile, teetering on the brink of collapse as a general, loyal to the old ways, raised his sword against the couple. But before he could strike, Calum stepped in front of Alara, ready to defend her and their love. In that instant, the choice between vengeance and love hung heavy in the air, a testament to the power of their bond. With hearts racing, Ilara and Calum knew they needed to act quickly to prevent a bloodbath. They spoke as one, appealing to the general's own heart, recounting the pain of loss and the hope that love could bring. The battlefield fell silent, as even the most steadfast warriors began to reconsider their loyalties, swayed by the couple's unwavering resolve. As the general hesitated, caught between the weight of history and the promise of change, Elara seized the moment. She stepped forward, her voice steady and clear, declaring that love transcends bloodlines and that their shared future could build a bridge over the chasm of hatred. Would her words echo in the heart of the man sworn to protect his kingdom? In a pivotal moment, the general lowered his sword, his expression wavering as the love shared by Alara and Calum began to weave a tapestry of hope among the warriors. One by one, soldiers on both sides began to lay down their arms, moved by the couple's bravery. The air thick with unspoken emotions, a new path was forged. As the armies from both sides stood down, Alara and Calum knew they had ignited a spark of change. Yet their journey was far from over. Together, they stepped into the gathering crowd, ready to share their vision of a united future, one that honored both their bloodlines, yet prioritized love above all else, rewriting their story for the generations to come. As they shared their vision, a new dawn broke over the battlefield, illuminating a path toward reconciliation and unity. The realization began to dawn on the gathered warriors that love could indeed conquer all, and the legacy of hatred could be transformed into a legacy of hope. Would they all stand together to craft this new narrative? As the sun rose higher, Elara and Calum joined hands, feeling the strength of their love ripple through the crowd. The warriors, once divided, stood united, inspired by the courage of two hearts. The battle of the past faded into the background, and a new era blossomed before them. One where love held the power to heal old wounds and forge new alliances. Yet, even as celebrations began, shadows of the past lingered. Some warriors still clung to old grudges, whispering dissent among the ranks. Alara and Calum were aware that their journey was just beginning. The true test of their love would come as they worked to heal the divisions that remained, proving that love could endure even amidst lingering doubts. As Alara and Calum walked among the soldiers, they listened to their fears and hopes, understanding that trust must be rebuilt brick by brick. They initiated dialogues, fostering connections that transcended bloodlines, urging everyone to share their stories. What once was a battlefield began to transform into a place of understanding, a testament to the power of love in action. Days turned into weeks as Alara and Calum worked tirelessly, determined to create a lasting peace between their families. They organized gatherings where warriors shared their histories, fostering empathy among those who had once been enemies. Each shared story added another layer to the foundation of unity, and slowly, old wounds began to heal. Yet, amidst the progress, whispers of dissent continued to circulate. A faction emerged opposing the unity Alara and Calum had fought for, believing that love could never bridge their differences. This new conflict threatened to unravel everything they had accomplished. The couple stood firm, prepared to combat this new challenge with love as their shield. Facing this new threat, Alara and Calum called upon the warriors who had shared their stories. They rallied their supporters, reminding everyone of the progress they had made together. Love had already changed the hearts of many, and with each voice raised in support, the power of their bond grew stronger, poised to challenge the darkness once more. With unwavering resolve, Elara and Calum prepared to confront the dissenters, knowing that their love was not just a story of two hearts, but a movement towards a brighter future. As they stood together, hand in hand, they understood that the path ahead would be filled with challenges. But their love was a beacon, guiding them through the darkness toward a legacy that would change their world forever. Alara and Calum stood before the assembled dissenters, their hearts racing. The tension was palpable, a storm brewing as whispers of betrayal echoed through the crowd. With a deep breath, Ilara stepped forward, determined to speak her truth, to unveil the love that defied their bloodlines. "We are not enemies," Ilara began, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her. "Our love is not a curse, but a chance to unite our families. Together, we can break the cycle of hatred that has bound us for generations." Hope flickered in some eyes while others remained skeptical. A murmur rippled through the dissenters, doubts and fears battling against the hope Ilara had ignited. Calum took a step closer, his hand finding Ilara's, a silent promise to stand by her side through whatever came next. The stakes had never been higher. Suddenly, a voice rang out from the back, cutting through the tension like a knife. It was Roderick, a leader among the dissenters, his face twisted in anger. "You think you can change centuries of hatred with sweet words?" he challenged, stepping forward, his eyes blazing with contempt. Alara felt her resolve falter for a moment, but Calum squeezed her hand, grounding her. "We can change the narrative," he shouted, his voice ringing with conviction. "But we need all of you. Join us, not against us." His words hung in the air, heavy with potential. Roderick's expression shifted, uncertainty flickering behind his anger. "And what if your love leads us to ruin?" he countered, crossing his arms defiantly. The crowd held its breath, waiting for Ilara's response, the tension thick enough to cut with a sword. Without hesitation, Ilara replied, "Roderick, every great love has faced opposition, but it is our choices that define us, not our lineage. Together, we can create a future where our children are free to love regardless of bloodline." Her voice rang clear, echoing hope. The crowd reacted, a wave of murmurs and whispered conversations rippling through them. Some began to nod, their hearts swayed by the undeniable truth in Alara's words. But Roderick remained steadfast, clearly unyielding in his beliefs. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows. Mira, Alara's long-lost aunt, believed to have perished years ago. Her presence shifted the atmosphere completely. "What if I told you I hold the key to our family's past?" she proclaimed, eyeing the group. Alara gasped, recognizing the familiar features of her aunt. "Mira? Is it really you?" she exclaimed, her heart racing with a mix of joy and disbelief. The crowd fell silent, all eyes on Mira waiting for the secrets she promised to unveil. Mira raised her hands for silence, her voice soft yet commanding. "I have traveled far to tell you what I discovered about our bloodline. The enmity between our families is based on a lie, crafted to control us." Her revelation hung in the air, electrifying the crowd. A gasp echoed through the crowd, whispers of disbelief mixed with curiosity. Roderick's defiance began to waver as Mira continued. "There are hidden truths that could reshape our destinies, but it requires us to confront the past together." Roderick, now visibly torn, turned to Alara and Calum. "What do you propose? How do we even begin to redeem ourselves from this cursed past?" His question hung heavy, reflecting the weight of generations of conflict. Calum stepped forward, his voice firm. "We must unearth the truths of our ancestors. Only then can we break the chains that bind us." His eyes held the crowd, sparking a flicker of hope among those who listened. Mira nodded, her expression encouraging. "I have maps and records hidden away. They tell of a time before our families were divided. If we work together, we can uncover the truth of our shared heritage." The crowd stirred with excitement. Roderick exchanged glances with his supporters, the tension in his shoulders easing slightly. "If there's even a chance that we can rewrite our story," he started. his voice trailing off as he weighed the possibilities. Elara seized the moment. Together, we can create a new legacy, one where love and unity prevail over hatred and division. Her words resonated, igniting a spark within the hearts of the dissenters who yearned for change. A ripple of agreement spread among the dissenters, hesitant smiles breaking through their guarded expressions. Roderick finally nodded, a reluctant truce forming. If we are to embark on this journey, we must do so with trust and courage, he proposed. Mira beamed, her heart swelling with pride as she watched the unity begin to form. Then let us gather the records and set forth on this quest for truth. Her voice rang out, a clarion call to action that invigorated the crowd. As the crowd began to disperse to prepare for their journey, Elara and Calum shared a knowing glance. Their love had become a catalyst for change, but they both understood the road ahead would be fraught with peril. In the quiet of the evening, Elara confided in Calum, "What if the truths we uncover threaten to tear us apart?" The fear in her voice was palpable, echoing the uncertainty of their journey ahead. Calum cupped her face, his eyes softening. "No matter what we discover, I will fight for us. Our love is worth every battle. We will face whatever comes together. My heart," he assured her, his voice a promise. Mira gathered the dissenters later that night, laying out the maps with a sense of urgency. These records lead to the ancestral grounds where the truth sleeps. We will uncover the roots of our enmity and heal the wounds of our past. The following day, the group set out at dawn, their hearts filled with a mix of hope and trepidation. Elara walked beside Calum, sharing whispered dreams of a future where their love could flourish without fear or shame. After hours of trekking, they arrived at the ancestral grounds, a serene glade surrounded by ancient trees. The air was thick with history, and the weight of the moment pressed down on them all. Mira instructed everyone to gather in a circle. "We must connect with the spirits of our ancestors. They will guide us, but we must be open to their truths, no matter how painful," she explained, her voice solemn yet inspiring. Elara felt a shiver of anticipation as they joined hands, the energy between them palpable. She closed her eyes, focusing on the love and unity they had forged, hoping it would resonate with the spirits they sought. As they began to chant, a soft breeze swept through the glade, carrying whispers of the past. Images flickered in Alara's mind, memories of pain, love, and betrayal that intertwined their families' histories. Suddenly, the ground trembled slightly beneath them, and a vision manifested in Alara's mind, a scene of their ancestors, standing united before a great divide, a choice that had led to their family's bitter rivalry. "They were not always enemies," Mira voiced softly, feeling the energy of the moment. "They loved, and their choices were manipulated by fear and envy. This is the cycle we must break." Her words resonated, stirring something deep within each of them. Elara opened her eyes, tears glistening as she turned to Calum. "We can break this cycle, can't we? We have to be brave enough to let love lead the way." Her voice trembled with passion, igniting the spirit of determination in their hearts. Calum nodded, his heart swelling with pride for Alara's resolve. "Together, we will rewrite our history. We will forge a future where love triumphs." His voice echoed through the glade, a rallying cry that ignited hope in every heart present. As the chanting intensified, the wind howled, swirling leaves around them in a magnificent display. With each word, they felt the presence of their ancestors urging them forward, binding them with the powerful energy of love and unity. Suddenly, a blinding light erupted from the center of their circle, illuminating their faces with a warm glow. In that moment, they felt an overwhelming sense of connection, not just to each other, but to generations of love and sacrifice. The light slowly faded, and with it, a sense of peace enveloped them. Elara felt a weight lift from her heart, an assurance that they were on the right path. The past was no longer a shackle, but a source of strength. As they opened their eyes, Alara and Calum felt the shift within their hearts, a commitment to honor their ancestors by embracing love instead of fear. They grasped each other's hands tightly, knowing their journey had only just begun. Mira stepped forward, her voice ringing with authority. Let's begin our exploration of the records. We have unearthed the love that binds us. Now we must learn from the past to build our future. They set up a makeshift camp in the glade, surrounding themselves with the records and maps. With every page they turned, stories of love and betrayal unfolded, illuminating the complexities of their intertwined destinies. As night fell, the stars twinkled above them, and they began sharing tales from the records. Each story revealed a piece of their shared history, the laughter and tears echoing through the night, binding them closer together. Alara recounted a tale of two lovers from long ago who had faced insurmountable odds to be together. As she spoke, she could see the emotions weaving through the crowd, their hearts responding to the power of love. Calum leaned in closer to Alara, whispering, "Our love will be remembered like theirs, won't it?" His eyes sparkled with hope, reflecting the hope that coursed through them all. Alara nodded, her heart swelling with love and determination. As the stories continued, a sense of camaraderie blossomed among the dissenters. They began to see each other not as enemies, but as allies in a shared quest for understanding and love, the barriers of their past slowly crumbling. Alara felt a swell of hope as she watched Calum share his own story, his voice resonating with passion. Love is a choice, not a fate. We can choose to be better, to honor our past, and create a new legacy. His words rang true, inspiring everyone present. As the night wore on, the stories turned into laughter, and the weight of the past began to lift. Alara and Calum exchanged glances filled with unspoken promises of love, courage, and a shared future that was finally within reach. When dawn broke, illuminating the glade with golden light, Alara felt a sense of purpose. The journey ahead would be challenging, but together they would face whatever came next, rewriting their story with every step they took. Alara and Calum looked towards the horizon, knowing the path ahead was filled with uncertainty and possibility. Their love had sparked a movement. Their legacy was just beginning. What challenges would they face next in their quest for truth and unity? As the sun dipped below the horizon, Alara and Calum stood before the ancient altar, their hearts racing. The air crackled with tension, as whispers of prophecies echoed in their minds. They knew that unlocking the altar's secrets could either bind them together forever or tear them apart for good. With trembling hands, Alara traced the intricate carvings on the altar's surface, her voice barely a whisper. What if the truth is more than we can handle? She pondered, the weight of her bloodline pressing down on her like a heavy cloak. Calum, standing beside her, felt the same unease. But we must know, he replied fiercely, determination burning in his eyes. Our love has already defied the odds. We cannot let fear dictate our fate. The bond between them strengthened, igniting a fire of resolve. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble, and the altar emitted a soft glow. A voice resonated from within its depths, ancient and wise. The blood that binds you holds the power to alter destiny. Choose wisely, for truth comes at a price. Alara's heart raced as the words sank in. What does that mean? What price must we pay for the truth? Her mind raced with possibilities, each more daunting than the last. Calum took her hand tightly, grounding her. In that moment, their past and future collided. Visions of their ancestors flashed before them, centuries of pain, sacrifice, and longing woven into their blood. We are not just fighting for ourselves, Calum realized, but for everyone who came before us. Inspired, Alara stood tall. Then let's unveil the truth together, no matter the cost. The altar pulsed in response, as if acknowledging their resolve. With a collective breath, they pressed their palms against the stone, ready to face whatever came next. As their energy flowed into the altar, Ancient symbols began to illuminate all around them. The ground shook violently, and a portal formed above the altar, revealing a glimpse of the past. Memories flooded their minds, overwhelming yet profound. In the swirling chaos, Elara glimpsed her great-grandmother, a fierce warrior who had once defied destiny. "You must fight for your love," the image echoed in her mind, fueling her spirit with newfound courage. Calum, too, saw visions of his lineage, the sacrifices made to protect their bloodline. He felt their pain, their love, and their determination. "We carry their hopes with us," he whispered, tears in his eyes, as he gazed at Alara. The portal flickered, revealing a dark figure cloaked in shadows, an adversary from the past, bent on destroying their legacy. "You think you can change your fate?" It sneered, its voice like ice. "You are bound to repeat history." Fear gripped Elara's heart, but Calum squeezed her hand tightly. "We will not be defeated by fear," he declared, his voice steady. "Together, we can forge a new path, breaking the chains of our past." With a newfound strength, Elara and Calum stepped forward, the altar's light intensifying around them. "We are more than our bloodlines," they shouted in unison, their voices echoing through the realm as the shadows receded. The dark figure faltered, its form flickering as the power of their love surged. "No, this cannot be," it shrieked as the portal expanded, revealing the possibilities of their future, a horizon filled with hope. As light engulfed them, Elara and Calum felt a rush of energy, memories merging and reshaping into a tapestry of destiny. They saw visions of their future, unity, love, and a world free from the shackles of the past. In the blinding light, Elara and Calum's hearts beat as one, a promise intertwined with the echoes of their ancestors. They emerged from the portal, transformed and resolute, ready to embrace their new beginnings. Standing in a vibrant world that shimmered with potential, they felt the weight of their legacy lift. "This is our story now," Elara declared, her eyes sparkling with determination. "Let's write it together, free from fear." They began to walk forward, hand in hand, with the past behind them and a future unfolding before their eyes. Each step resonated with the voices of their ancestors, urging them to heal the wounds of history together. As they journeyed, they encountered others, those who had suffered under the weight of past conflicts. With open hearts, they shared their story, igniting a spark of hope in those weary souls. Each story they shared wove a richer tapestry of healing, binding their community together. Elara and Calum realized that their love was not just their own, but a beacon for others longing for unity. In the heart of their community, Elara and Calum established a sanctuary, a place where all could find solace. It became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of love and the strength found in unity. As the seasons changed, so did their community. New friendships blossomed and old grudges faded. Elara and Calum's love had sparked a revolution of compassion, breaking the chains of their past. But peace always invites shadows. One day, a figure from their past approached, a reminder of the darkness they had fought to overcome. "You think you've changed history," the figure sneered, causing doubt to creep back into their hearts. Elara felt a chill run down her spine. What if they were right? What if history repeated itself? She turned to Calum, searching for reassurance as fear threatened to unravel their hard-won peace. Calum pulled her close, grounding her again. "Remember our strength, Elara. We have faced darkness before, and together we can face it again. Our love has already changed the world." His conviction sparked a light within her. Filled with resolve, Elara and Calum decided to confront the figure, determined to demonstrate that love and unity could withstand any tempest. They would no longer hide in fear. Their bond was their shield. As they approached the figure, the air grew thick with tension. "Your kind has always been destined to fail," the figure taunted. "What makes you think you are different?" Doubt gnawed at Alara's heart as their past echoed back to them. But Calum stepped forward, his voice unwavering. Because we choose to change our story, love will always triumph over hate. His words pierced the air, resonating with the strength of their journey together. Alara found her voice, standing beside him. We are no longer defined by our bloodlines. We are defined by our choices. Their united front created a wave of energy that shimmered through the air. The figure faltered, hesitating as the power of their love surged. No, you cannot change what is meant to be, it shrieked. But the darkness began to dissolve in the face of their unwavering resolve. Alara and Calum took a step forward, feeling the warmth of their community behind them. Friends, families, and allies stood in solidarity, and together they shouted, "Love is our legacy. We will not back down." The energy emanating from their unity was palpable, growing stronger and brighter. The figure, overwhelmed by the love surrounding them, finally began to dissolve into the air, leaving only a whisper of doubt behind. As the last traces of darkness vanished, Elara and Calum embraced, tears of joy streaming down their faces. They had conquered not only their fears, but also the remnants of a painful history, forging a new path forward together. In the days that followed, their sanctuary thrived, becoming a hub of love and collaboration. People of all backgrounds came together, sharing stories and creating a community where every voice was valued. Elara took it upon herself to teach the next generation about the importance of choices and love over bloodlines. You are the authors of your own destinies, she inspired them, her heart full of hope for the future. Calum became a protector of their community, ensuring that the lessons of the past were never forgotten. He trained young warriors, instilling in them the values of courage, unity, and love that had saved them all. Years passed, and Elara and Calum's love only deepened. Together, they watched the community flourish, witnessing the legacy of their choices blossom into a vibrant tapestry of life. One evening, as they stood on a hill overlooking the sanctuary, Elara reflected, "We rewrote our story. Our love has transformed this place into something beautiful." Calum nodded, wrapping his arm around her, filled with gratitude. As twilight settled, they took a moment to honor the ancestors who had paved the way for their journey. "We are forever grateful," Elara whispered, their hearts beating in unison with those who came before them. In that sacred moment, they felt a connection to every heartbeat, every sacrifice made in the name of love. Together, they understood that their journey was not an end, but a continuation of a much greater legacy. As the stars began to twinkle overhead, Elara and Calum stood together, hands clasped tightly. "This is just the beginning," Calum said with a smile, ready to embrace whatever adventures awaited them. And so, their story continues, woven into the fabric of time and destiny. Elara and Calum embraced the future, knowing their love would forever echo through the ages, inspiring others to rewrite their own stories. In every corner of their sanctuary, the spirit of love and unity thrived, a testament to the power of choice over destiny. Alara and Calum's legacy was one of hope, proving that even the most forbidden love can change the world. As the final echoes of their journey faded into the night, Elara and Calum knew they had not only rewritten their own story, but had also sparked a flame in countless others to do the same. Love truly knows no bounds. And so, as their lives unfolded, Elara and Calum walked forward into their future, hearts entwined, ready to face whatever awaited them. The end of one chapter marked the beginning of another, filled with infinite possibilities.